Firstly, Jarrod, we're obviously sitting here because you're a footballer. That's why everyone knows you. So let's start with, what does football mean to you?
Everything. You know, it's something that I'm in a privileged position that I get to do day in, day out, and it's probably all that I've known from such a young age. So football to me, yeah, is obviously everything.
What's your earliest memory of playing?
Probably the first kind of club that I played for, a team called Leinster Miners. The venue, the big playing fields, is still there now. Yeah, that would be my first kind of memory, and it's kind of carried on as well. You know, I've had brothers and sisters that have played there as well, and friends that have been there, and to see it still going as well. When I go home, it's so nice to go back and just be down there and, you know, remember when I was that age and just playing on the field. We're not a care in the world and just the biggest smile on my face. So, yeah, I'd say that would probably be my first kind of memory.
Talk to me about, you say Leinster Miners it's called. Talk to me about what that was like as a team, how old you were when you joined.
I think I must have started when I was about 4 or something, something really young. But I played there up until 15, something like that. And I started at such a young age. I had Hereford as well, which was more like a development school, so to speak, but you know that we had the same players from my hometown team going to Hereford as well, because it's not the biggest area in terms of encatchment of players coming in from all over the place. So we pretty much had the same team for, you know, our local team, and then one that was about 20 minutes away. Given
that it sounds like such a local community and quite tight-knit, when you actually were able to play for Hereford, you must have felt like incredible. It must have been like a dream at that point.
Yeah, because there was me and someone else who played for the Leinster Miners team that went on to play for Hereford as well. You know, all my friends, when I scored my first goal at Hereford, were all behind the goal. Still got pictures and videos that, you know, we always send each other that we see. And yeah, that moment was just, for me, incredible at the time of being such, I think I was 16, 17 playing, and then to score at the stadium that I've been to week in, week out, the end that we used to sit behind the goal, and then my friends being there as well. So yeah, it was incredible.
Who would you say has had the biggest impact on your career? Is there a coach or a person?
Oh, obviously I always think, you know, not one person, my mum and dad, from such a young age, taking me to different places all around the country. For them to take, you know, time out of their days to take me there and support me there and, you know, help me get to where I am now. I think it's such a great feeling when, you know, my mum was asking me, people from the school that I went to, oh, can you just sign a shirt for someone? You know, it's, for her, I know it means the world to her as well, because she just sees me as, you know, still a little boy, but, you know, it's kind of changed in that way as well. So I think, yeah. And then I think another one in terms of footballing would probably be my youth team coach at Hereford. There was a couple of things that went in my way in terms of me making my debut for Hereford. My youth team coach went to the first team manager because I don't think they could afford a new manager. So, you know, little things like that helped me, you know, and I think without doing that, I wouldn't be sat here today because I wouldn't have had that opportunity to play for Hereford, which helped me move to Hull, which then, you know, now I'm here. So sometimes in football, you know, you're on this journey where you're so focused on what you do and trying to be the best that when you look back at it, sometimes it's crazy how little things, you need a lot of luck, I think, for things to go in your way and help you with that journey, I think.
Has there been a turning point? Because it's been not a straightforward linear journey. Your journey is very different to most footballers. From Hereford, Hull, then to the Premier League, winning a European trophy, and with England. Is there one moment that you could pinpoint that you think, actually, that's where it all changed?
Probably when I got rejected from Cardiff, you know, really? Before I went to Hereford, yeah, because I went on trial to Cardiff for about 6 weeks, I think. And, you know, at the time I thought, right, my local team, Hereford's not got anything for me to have that path. I've gone to Cardiff, thought I'd done really well for 6 weeks, and they've said no as well. So I was kind of like, well, this is it now then, there's not going to be. So, but then I think that rejection from Cardiff, and then, you know, Hereford then starting back up, but then it just made me appreciate it so much more. And I think in the end I was just enjoying playing football, because I didn't know, you know, what was going to happen. I didn't know if it was just going to end. And, you know, I was playing at Hereford and I thought, my career can't get much better than this. I was happy with that. And then, you know, a few things happened. You know, I moved to Hull at 17, which was a big lifestyle difference. You know, 3.5 hours away from home at 17 was absolutely horrendous. But, you know, I think those things have all helped me kind of off the pitch, and then it helps you on the pitch as well, because you know what you've got to do on the pitch. But I think if you can, you know, mature as a person off the pitch, I think it helps you. So, yeah, a few things have happened, but I'd probably say that Cardiff rejection that was, you know, I thought, well, this is the end, so let me just be appreciative of playing when I can. You've
played in some huge matches already in your career. Which match, if you could relive one, would you play again?
Wow. I think one that probably sticks with me the most was probably the final that we had.
Europa Conference.
The Europa Conference, yeah. I'd never been involved in any sort of final before. Coming out, getting to the stadium a couple of hours before, going out to look at the pitch like you do, and it was packed. That feeling of the final whistle going, and you're on the pitch, and there's a replay on YouTube that me and my dad watched the other day, the whole game, and I think after the game ended, I think the camera went to me, and I was just like, I had the biggest smile on my face. I just dropped to my knees, and it was just like the feeling of that, what it meant for us as a group, what it meant for the fans as well. I think that was such a great day.
Did you just say you and your dad were watching the whole game back recently?
Yeah.
That shows in itself how much it means.
Yeah. He always watches it when he's into like rowing and canoeing. So he's got a rowing machine, and he'll just send me a picture of just like an hour and 29. Like it's just the whole game. And then I was like, how did because I've never watched it before. You knew how it was going to go, but I was still watching it a little bit nervous. And I'm thinking, I know how the game goes. Why am I so nervous? Because I think I can't really remember the game fully. It's been 2 years now, so to watch it from like 2 years on in a different way, it was a weird feeling, but it was so I loved watching it.
Let's talk a bit more about Jarrod Bowen, the person then, and you've mentioned your dad multiple times already. So let's start there, and family and what it was like in the Bowen household growing up. Take me into like a typical day.
Probably the similar upbringing to most people have. I've got a brother and a sister, younger brother and sister, so I was the eldest child, so they always said I was the favourite child because I was the firstborn. That's still a thing. But yeah, I loved playing football, a very sporty family. My dad played rugby and football as well. Mum worked at the school that we grew up at. She still works there, and that was kind of our life, really.
You must be the poster boy. If your mum's at the school, you must be like a local hero.
Like I said, my mum, when she comes down, she brings this whole box of things. She goes, oh, someone just asked me if, and she's the nicest woman in the world, so she will never say no to anyone. So she comes down with this box of stuff, and I'll sign it for everyone. It might be for a raffle or something like that, but I think it makes me look at it as well. I've grown up in that area, still know pretty much everyone in that area, been to that school, so for them to want my things as well, I think it means a lot to me for people to put me on the walls, and they want my signature and stuff, and yeah.
I want to know more about your dad. He was an ex-footballer, right, and he played semi-professional, is that correct?
Yeah, he played for conference level, Forest Green, Worcester, those sorts of teams, Hereford for a couple of years. Yeah.
Is it correct that you still follow his pre-season training routine that he does with you?
Yeah, well, this summer was the first time where I didn't get called up for England, so I had a kind of a 5-6 week period. So I went home for 3 weeks, I think it was, and we were training on the famous potato fields every single day. So I have had a full kind of pre-season with him this season. I had, my brother was doing it with me, my sister was doing it with me. Even Danny came out for a couple of times and done it.
Was she doing it as well?
Yeah, we all kind of, if you looked at it, you would have thought, what the hell is going on with these group of people here? My dad was the kind of instructor, so to speak. It was like his boot camp, we called it. But, there was just us running around these potato fields, and I thought, if anyone sees us, they're going to think, what is this? What are these group of 4 people doing? But, we done it, and, it's something that, I've done throughout my career. So, I wanted to do it, and we done it.
Does he come to West Ham games? Does he travel?
As much as he can, yeah.
It's far.
He tries. Yeah, it's far, but he tries to come to as many games. He's already thinking about. I think the Sunderland game. He's got his camper van. He's like, I'm going to drive my camper van.
I'm glad you brought the camper van up, because I wanted to talk to you about the camper van, because that camper van went to the Euros.
Oh yeah,
didn't it?
we spoke. Yeah, I remember we spoke about. Yeah, camper van went to the Euros. There was him, my brother, my 2 best mates. They all had a go at driving it. 2 of my best mates were awful at driving it. I think they nearly wrote the camper van off driving on a different side. But yeah, he came out to the Euros in that camper van as well.
It must be quite nice talking about your family, because obviously now you've married into another rather famous family. You got married this summer. Firstly, how was the wedding?
I had good weather for it, which was always, I think, a worry for it. You look forward to the day so much, and then it feels like once it's there, the day's over. But yeah, really nice day.
And you are a father now to 2 twin girls.
Yeah.
Is it right that you had those girls just a couple of weeks after winning the trophy?
Yeah, before. Girls were born, oh God, I've got to check the date now. 22nd of May, I think. Yeah, it changes your life. People always ask you what's it like, and I think until you experience it, it's so hard to put into words like what it is until you have your own. But yeah, love them to pieces.
My next question, what does a typical day off look like for you?
Oh,
Imagine if I'd have asked you this a couple of years, it would have been quite different to now.
Carnage. There's no lions. I used to love my sleep and wake up at 10 o'clock and just doze around and just see what the day's going to bring, but now they're up. 3 of them in the house, so it's downstairs. Danny's running around, like sprinting around the house. She's sweating every morning, and I just kind of come on down and just think I'm quite a relaxed person.
Yeah.
And Danny's sprinting around the house, and then there's me just asking if I can do anything, and then I feel like I'm in the wrong all the time. But day off will be, you've got to take them out because you cannot stay at home with them all day because they'll drive you mad. So it's just, we'll probably go out for the day somewhere, just probably for more our mental health as well, because we're going out and they're just, you stay inside of them, it's carnage. But yeah, we'll probably go to a little park or something, probably cut their knees to pieces, probably hurt themselves in somehow. But yeah, that would probably be now a typical day off.
Is that your escape from football?
It's a good way of, when I'm at home, I want to spend as much time with them as possible. And then when it's, when I'm coming into football, I know it's training for a few hours and I'm hard work. So I think it's good to have that kind of, that split, that balance. Football is such a difficult, physically obviously it's tough, mentally it's really difficult as well. So I think when you go home and to spend that time with your loved ones, for me I try and balance it as much as possible, where when I'm at home it's all about the kids, all about Danny, it's all about everyone, because you lose a game, you come home, I try and ruin the household too much if we've lost the game, because I can't change what's happened. It's just kind of, it is what it is, that's happened, we've lost the game, now it's time, family time.
How would your best friend describe you?
Laid back.
It sounds like you're like that in quite a lot of your life.
Yeah, I've always been quite, what's the saying when they go, if you was any more laid back, you'd be like horizontal or something? Is that the saying?
I think it is.
I get my mates and family.
Have you always been like that?
Yeah, always. Passionate about.
Does that come from your family or?
I don't know really. I think my dad's quite intense. I mean, he's got a camper van, he drives it here, there and everywhere. You never see me
I've got
doing
that feeling from this interview, if I'm honest.
My mum is really laid back, and so I probably get it from my mum.
What are you most proud of?
Probably my family, in terms of the kids I've got. My mum and dad, the whole kind of network of family. I'm really close with, aunties, uncles, nans, granddads, trying to spend as much time together as possible. So I'd say that's one thing that I'm really proud of, that I've got, such a loving family.
Tell me one thing about you that might surprise me.
Funny or just like?
Whatever you like.
I'm double jointed in my thumb.
So am I.
I can do that.
Oh, okay, I can't do that. I can do that, but.
That's not double jointed. That's just.
Oh no, that's just really. No, but look how far back it goes.
True. Yeah, I can't do that.
That's quite weird.
So if you look at that.
Oh.
So would that surprise you?
What just freaks me
out
out a bit.
I don't know. I didn't really know. I always say people always go, "Oh, what's one thing?" And I don't know. I'm double jointed in my hand, so I can just.
It looks like it's.
Well, if you do that.
I don't really want to touch it.
Go like that. But yeah, I don't know, that might surprise you. That surprise you?
Yeah, I don't know if surprise is the word, but yeah, it's something along those lines.
I don't really know what.
That's all right, don't worry, we can go with that. We can go with that, unless you can think of anything else.
Well, we actually done a thing when we was away as a group, and we always kind of told each other about who we were growing up, like a team bonding kind of thing. And I said to people that I played a lot of rugby when I was younger, and I actually enjoyed playing rugby more than football, and they was all shocked to pieces.
That's good as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. If you could only achieve one more thing for the rest of your career, what would it be?
Ooh, I've got one that I'd love to do here when I'm at the club.
Go on.
I'd love to win the FA Cup.
Why?
Because I think growing up, watching football, the most prestigious English cup competition, see Crystal Palace win it last year and what it meant for them as a club, and obviously I'd love to win the league, love to play in the Champions League, but I think something that I'd love to do this season, I think I'd love to win the FA Cup as a club.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Jarrod.
Thank you.
Thanks.